Marlene here with Buffalo Check Chicks. Today I'm making a Yardstick Valentine swag. Now this is not my original idea, and I saw this on YouTube by a channel called Keeping It Simple Crafts. So please go check her out because she does wonderful yardstick swags for all the different occasions. So I've got my yardstick, and you notice on the back side of it I had put a piece of red ribbon running down the length of it. Now here I'm putting my pipe cleaners. I have one on the right side, one on the left side, and one that goes straight up. So there is a set of 3 pipe cleaners, and I'm going to go all the way down the yardstick about every 4 inches. As you can see, I ran out of white pipe cleaners, but it's okay. You're not going to see it. So after you get all your pipe cleaners on, take a little hot glue and just tack them down, and that way it'll keep them in position so they don't twist around on you when you're adding your deco mesh. Now you know that deco mesh is not one of my favorite mediums to work with. In fact, I hate it. So I don't know why I did this project. I always say I'm never using deco mesh again, but I really liked this and wanted to try it. So I'm taking my deco mesh and I'm making a big bubble, just gathering it up in my hands. I'm going to guess it's about 16 inches that I'm pulling there. And I'm going to gather that in my hand, and I'm going to put it on my first set going in the center of my pipe cleaner. So it's the one that goes straight up. Twist it on there good, and I'm going to follow it all the way down. And I would say that's about 10 to 12 inches that I am using all the way down to make bubbles all the way down using the center pipe cleaner. When I first saw this, I thought, oh boy, I'm not going to like this at all. You can see the yardstick. And I would suggest that you paint the yardstick first, because you know, when you go down 4 inches, it doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing has to be perfect in crafting. I mean, you can eyeball it. You don't need to use the yardstick. So here I'm going to roll up my deco mesh, and I'm going to tuck it under a little bit on that end, and then I'm going to put a little chip clip on there to hold it down. This just helps on the frame. So I've tucked it under 2 or 3 times, and then I'm going to tuck under 2 or 3 times the other end. And after I get that tucked under a couple of times, I'm going to walk my fingers up the center. Just walk right up there and gather it together, and that makes a ruffle. And there you go. That's what it looks like. Now you're going to take these ruffles and you're going to use, again, that center pipe cleaner, the one that sticks straight up, and you're going to put a ruffle all the way down. Now I think I have a set of 7 pipe cleaners on this yardstick. Now you can trim the yardstick to whatever size that you want because it comes out very large, but I have a really long window on my front door, so I wanted it long. So I'm just showing you go down each center pipe cleaner with one of those ruffles. So I'll do it one more time. Oh, and each length for the ruffles is about 22 inches. Sometimes I think it's easier to cut them all at once. Of course, did I do that? No. Okay, so here we go. We just turn it under a few times. So it doesn't fray. Just like that. Put your little chip clip on there. Turn it around. On the other end, fold that over a couple of times. And then take your fingers and just gather it right up to meet the top. Just walk your fingers right on up and gather it up. And there's your ruffle. And again, you're using all your center pipe cleaners, the ones that are sticking straight up and going all the way down. Now she said it took her 2 rolls of deco mesh, and I was short, and I had to use bits and pieces of deco mesh that I had, and I really liked the way it came out. I had white and I had red. That you'll see how I added that onto the edges. Okay, so that's what it looks like once you start putting that center ruffle all the way down. So I would say 3 rolls of deco mesh. So I'm just showing you what it looks like with all those center ruffles on. And I was still looking at it going, oh, you can see the yardstick. I don't like this. And like I say, it's better off. Go ahead and paint your yardstick. So now I'm going to take, there is a pipe cleaner on the left side, a pipe cleaner on the right side. I'm going to be doing the same thing with the deco mesh and making a ruffle and putting on both the left side and the right side. And that's what it looks like. And I had to use, I realized that I was running out of deco mesh, so I had to use the red and white that I had. Now here's some pink ribbon that I bought at Walmart, and it's wired ribbon, but I did not care for it that much. It's very flimsy, but I made it work. So I am not a great bow maker, not at all. So I just decided to do something very simple, and I'm making 4 even loops on each side. Now you see, made 1 loop and just folded it over. And I just left them all the same size. Very simple. And this is one of the bow tutorials that Keeping It Simple Crafts shows you how to do. She has several. I really encourage you to go over to her channel. Let her know Buffalo Check Chicks sent you over. So I did not have any floral wire to tie this off, which would have been better probably, because a pipe cleaner I don't think would have fit around it, and the yardstick too. So I had some pink ribbon that I just tied around the center of it, made a knot, and pulled it very taut. Now I left tails on my bow, and you know what? In actuality, I ended up cutting them very short because, well, you'll see why. Oh, that looks like a mess. But once I get it open and fluffed out, it came out fine. Boy, Marlene, how long does it take you to tie a knot? Woohoo! Yay, finally. Okay, so 4 loops on either side. And then I'm going to dovetail the tails. Got to get it fluffed out, but see what I mean? It's kind of even though it's wired, it's really kind of flimsy, but it's okay. It works okay. It'd be best to have a more sturdy ribbon with more sturdy wire. And this took an entire roll of ribbon just to make this one bow. But you always make things work. Okay, so you can see I'm going to dovetail it, and like I say, I end up cutting it off anyways. But at the time, I didn't know I was going to have to cut it, so always cut up. And there you go. Looks like a little dove's tail. People do it differently. I always start on the wired side and cut up. It'll work. So here I'm just going to attach the bow with that ribbon that I tied the center of the bow with, and I'm just going to wrap it around the yardstick and tie it in the back. And actually I made a loop on the back of it to hang it. So this is a sign that I found at Michael's. Hugs and kisses, special delivery. And I'm also going to tie that right under the bow. Now you can see how I had to trim the tails on my bow. And I think it came out adorable. And I was thinking about adding a little more ribbon or some hearts to it. But you know, I just like it the way it is. I think it's really pretty. I'm very pleased with the way it came out. Did it change my opinion of working with deco mesh? Heck no. I hate working with deco mesh. But I do like this project. So head on over to Keeping It Simple Crafts. Okay, love you guys. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.